Good morning, everybody. Hello, 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 hello. All right, let's go. Are y'all ready for today? I am on here. I am live. What's going on? Can you see me? Haley, good morning. Hi, sis. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How y'all doing today? Good morning. We ready for today? Good morning, everybody. Hey, y'all. Good morning. Hey, everybody. Good morning. How y'all doing today? Good morning. Thank you, Cornetta. Good morning. Good morning. How y'all doing today? Had to get myself together. Good morning. How is everybody doing today? Huh? How is everybody doing? Y'all good today? How y'all doing today? Good morning, Creative. Good morning, Cornetta. Good morning. How y'all doing today? Y'all good today? I need to make sure I can get, because this is a, hey, I want to make sure I can get her in here because this is a sub only live. I want to make sure I have no issues. You're much better, thank good. Oh no, a cold. No, no cold. No, 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 no cold. We rebuke that cold. We rebuke it. We rebuke it. We rebuke that. Up all night. No, we want y'all to feel good. We want you to feel good. We want you to feel good. No, we don't want that. No, 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 no. We don't want that. Thank y'all for the daily heart meet. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. There we go. I already invited. There we go. Good morning, y'all. How y'all doing today? It is a beautiful morning today. It's hot in here. New York has been New Yorking. Gardetta said, I am Tony the Tiger. I am great. Yes, we are rebuking that. We are rebuking that. We are rebuking that. We are rebuking that. Yes, good morning, everybody. I am hot, y'all. These lights already got me hot. I guess because I was moving around so much. Good morning, good morning. I accidentally invited you up sooner than I was supposed to. I'm sorry.
Okay, no worries.
I am sorry. We're going to get started though at 10:15. I'm going to bring you back up, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Y'all, you know me and these buttons. Y'all know I be pushing buttons. You know I be pushing buttons. You know I'm at a particular age. I get hot. It be hot out in these streets. It be hot in these streets, and I got these lights on me, and I have to close the window because New York was New Yorking this morning, y'all. I don't know if it was a 5-alarm fire. I don't know what was going at one of the buildings, but we had fire trucks everywhere this morning. It was going crazy, and I couldn't record. I just got to record my video, and I was gonna do it. You know, at night I can't do it because you know they be in rare form at night. But this morning I was gonna do it. I was like, oh, I'll get up, do my video, be ready. No, they said no. I had fire trucks everywhere acting up. Thank you, Creative. So I was like, what's really going on? Hold on, y'all. I am sweating like a crazy person. Ooh, there we go. I am sweating like a crazy person. No, never said that was a Discord. I was trying to get y'all to get over to the Discord to remember. I put all the information in the Discord. How's everybody doing? So first things first. Good morning, LaShonda. Good morning. First things first. First things first. Let's get it started. I want to say first of all, thank y'all so much for coming in here. I want to say thank you for taking up your Saturday morning. Thank you, LaShonda, taking up your Saturday morning. With being with me. And the reason you're in here is because guess what we're going to have? We have a special guest coming in here. We have a special guest coming in here. We have a special guest coming in here, and we're going to have her come up on the stage in just a few minutes. She's starting at 10:15. If you saw the agenda in the Discord, everybody that did what? Hey, good morning, Angela. Good morning. How you doing this morning, sis? Hey, y'all send some prayers out to Angela's family. They are dealing with two losses. So we want to send our prayers out. The Sunshine Crew, y'all send some light over to Angela and her family. Y'all send some light over to Angela and her family. No, I'm not picking at y'all. Come on now. Y'all are here this morning. I'm just thankful y'all are here this morning. And I thank y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all. Y'all send some love and light over to Angela's family. We want to say, we love you, sis. The Sunshine Crew sends you our love, and to you and your family. All right, to you and your family, and give y'all traveling grace. All right, we're giving you traveling grace. We're going to get started here in just a few minutes. No, you didn't have to do that. Social media lawyer, you didn't have to do that. I could have brought you back in because you're a guest. I was going to invite you back in. You didn't need to do that. I thank you, sis, but you didn't need to do that. Thank you so much. We're going to get started here in just a few minutes. First things first, y'all, please get your pens, your pads, everything together, because I want to make sure that you are prepared for everything that we got in store for you today. I have things in store for you today because I thought the reason I did this, the reason I thought this would be great is because I need everybody to secure the bag. You know what my platform is about. My platform, hi, if you're on the outside looking in and you don't know if you want to subscribe, my name is Deshawn. This is the Rise Room. In the Rise Room, we want to make sure that everybody shines in this room. Everybody can get the bag. Not one person can get the bag, everybody can get the bag. And in this room, we like to make sure that everybody rises to their occasion. Everybody needs to shine. Everybody has a gift. And so I make sure that I bring in value. So if you subscribe to me, I want you to have value. I want you to get value. I want you to receive value. And if you have value, that means you can go and take it where? To your subscribers, to your audience, to your people, because you can't hold on to stuff that's given to you. If you're given something, it's a talent, and God gave you a talent. God gave you a talent. Allah gave you a talent. Whoever your spiritual person is, they gave you a talent, and you're supposed to bless people with that talent. That's why you're on this app building a brand. You are a brand. If you have created more than 500 people, you're a brand, sis. You're a brand, bro. And we need you to what? Secure it properly. We don't want you to what? Fumble the bag. You know I'm a sports addict, so you know something's going to reference some football. So today on our live, we're going to have a special guest coming up here shortly. This sister right here, I just stumbled upon her about 6 months ago. She was talking about her mother and her taking care of her mother. And as a now daughter that has to help with my father because my mother passed 5 years ago. I had to learn how to get into the groove of getting my senior father to get along and do some things that needed to be done. Getting his medicine, eating properly, just all of those different things. And no, that's how I stumbled upon her. So when I tell you it was amazing to see a sister like me dealing with the same issues, she's a beautiful sister too. She's an attorney. She's accomplished. She's not just in these social media streets just talking. She has some knowledge behind that, okay? We're going to bring her up in just a second. I just want to give you how I found her. I want you to know how I found her. I found her through what? You know, on my other page, I be in those TikTok streets. And so that's how I found her. I was in the TikTok streets and I found her that way. And so once I find something that I know that's valuable, I'm going to bring it to you. No ifs, ands, or buts. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Thank you, Demetri. I am going to give it, I'm going to bring it to you because that would be just blasphemy of me not sharing the knowledge and the wealth that I found out. And so that's why y'all are gonna have Miss Malia Esquire, the social media lawyer, come up onto the stage, okay? She's a proud mother, she's a wife, she's a dynamic entrepreneur. She's committed to empowering creative minds. As the founder of Modern Creator Law Firm, she provides personalized legal strategies for creative entrepreneurs, content creators, influencers, equip them with the tools to thrive. The Voice Box Creative Agency. Malia helps clients shape their brand identities by producing compelling digital content, enabling them to focus on expressing their unique voices while she handles the intricate details. That's a powerhouse, baby. As the founder of Be Her Collective LLC Media, she is dedicated to equipping women of color with the connections, the tools, education needed to challenge the status quo, and achieve success in every phase of their careers and entrepreneurial journeys. Whether blending legal expertise with creative experiences, expression, or crafting opportunities for underrated voices. And we are underrated, and y'all know it. Her mission is to amplify ideas, elevate voices, and hold on, and inspire meaningful change. Bringing to the stage the one and only, this beautiful sister, the social media lawyer. Thank you for coming on the stage. We truly appreciate having you.
No, thank you for being here. And just let me turn my camera on. There we go. Hello.
Hello, beautiful. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're very welcome. So you got to hear how I came upon you.
Yes, and I'm so happy you did. I'm
And
so happy
so
you did.
once I found you, I was like, oh, I gotta talk to this sister. I gotta reach out to this sister. Cause she is a powerhouse.
Oh,
And
thank you.
we need to hear from this powerhouse. Everybody, because my audience may not know who you are. You know what I mean? And so your audience may not know who I am. And so I want to make sure that we cross pollinate and bring an experience like no other. So tell us a
Yes,
little bit. Tell us not just from your bio. Tell
yes.
us a little bit about yourself and what brought you to social media. As an attorney, attorneys typically don't even want to get on social media.
And that's exactly why I'm here. So, I spent a lot of years building other people's dreams, right? Being a part of other people's visions, being very good at helping other people bring their visions to fruition. And I decided probably about 5 years ago, really, that I needed to live out my full purpose and
All right.
to do what I was
Well,
created to do. And listen, let me be clear about something. There's nothing wrong with supporting somebody else's vision. There's nothing wrong with working to help bring somebody else's vision to life and to activate on that at all. So don't mishear what I'm saying. In fact, we have to have people who are working the vision and helping us to get things done. But I just knew for me that my purpose was to really be able to do what I'm doing now, which is educate, inspire, encourage, and help creators, influencers, and creative entrepreneurs really be able to max out and excuse me, I'm still battling with this head thing,
that's okay.
and to be able to be protected. That was my passion. I was already doing it as a content creator on my own, Not at this level, but getting into it when I was in corporate. But there came a point in time, it's like either you're going to do it or you're not. And it was a decision to overcome the fear of launching out and doing what I knew I was created to do, or not. And so I left corporate about 4 years ago to launch my law firm and creative agency. And I've been running ever since.
All right now. All right. All right. All right. Now, what made you as an attorney say I really want to hit this creative world? Because the social media
Yeah,
world is a different world.
yeah, yeah. So what I recognize is a gap. When I being on the platforms as a creator, I was seeing so many um, influencers and creators that were working with brands and making money and monetizing on social media, but there was no one, at least that I saw when I started, really focusing in on providing the legal counsel and services, education, and direction that they need to make sure that they were protected. And so what I'd like to encourage folks who are trying to find their niche or their way is, and I don't believe in the word oversaturated, but I do believe that you should look to where there are issues or gaps that are not being fulfilled. I don't mind being an astronaut. I don't mind being the first one out. And I recognize that the legal profession was completely ignoring or not recognizing these needs and these gaps and the risks that were associated with the use of social media, with monetizing on social media, with the way that um, uh, um, the way that media is being consumed and created. Brand partner, they just didn't understand it. So I saw an opportunity where there was a gap to be able to do something I love because I have a personal passion for media, for social media. I was doing it as a hobby to marry what I love to do with what I'm trained to do and what I'm an expert in to really be able to fill that gap.
Okay, okay, good. Okay, so you spoke a little bit about brand deals, and so that was the trigger for me because I want my subscribers and anybody that's on the outside looking in, I want them to understand that it's not just about being a live host on here. It's not just about receiving the coins this way. It's not just about being a TikTok shop affiliate. There are other ways to secure the bag on here, but I need you to do it properly because I don't want you to get taken advantage of. And we are not looking out for each other in providing that information. And so that's why I thought it would be great to have you. Can you elaborate on that for me a little bit about why it's so important to make sure when you're diversifying your social media, how to do it properly and to protect your brand?
So good. One, I'll say this, that there are so many different ways to monetize on social media. And a lot of times we think that it is just based on what the platform has to offer, whether that's through the creators programs or if that's through, subscriptions, and all of that is true, that these are some ways to do it. But understanding that there is work that can be done off the platforms in partnerships with brands, and that doesn't, it doesn't, you don't need a huge following to be able to do. You need to be able to demonstrate that you can create high quality, engaging content. And brands who, in the past were really looking for paid actors and putting together more formal ads, that has completely changed because what we have seen in marketing and in advertisement is that people want to buy from people they know and people they trust. And so the best way to do that is to leverage the power of social media and someone who can understand how to motivate people to do something, to use those people in ad campaigns. And so that's what brand partnerships are. Those are brands recognizing that there is an advantage to having the normal everyday person, not even an influencer all the time, just a creator, someone that can turn on their camera and talk about a product and make it relatable for potential customers, to have those people representing the brand and to be able to use that content for marketing and advertisement purposes. And so then those brand deals are the way that occurs, where the brand is saying, this is what we need you to do. And this is what we're willing to give in exchange for that. Where we go wrong is we don't recognize that these brands, one, are not our friends, that they do not have our best interest at heart, that it's a business. And this is my number one mission on these platforms, is to teach creators that they are a business and that you have to operate your partnerships, your monetization as a business. And when you start to think of it as a business, when you see a contract from a brand, you recognize I need to be reviewing this as a business, meaning, you know, I'm not going to get so excited because I'm getting my, one of my first deals that whatever they say, I'm just going to go with. No, I need to be reading the fine print. I need to be reading what they're saying and what they're not saying to make sure that as a business, the business side of it is protected. Those are things like, how am I going to get paid? How much am I going to get paid? What are they expecting me to deliver? How are they expecting me to deliver it? What's going to happen with the content after I deliver it to them? Who retains ownership? These are questions that when you form your mind from just creator to creative entrepreneur, you start to realize these things are important. And I'm leaving a lot of money on the table because I'm not asking these questions. I'm not pushing back in these brand deals in a way that's setting me up for the best success as a creative entrepreneur.
All right. What are three red flags that creators need to look for when looking at a brand deal?
The first one, and if you see my content at all, this is something I always go back to, because for me, it's the one that's sliding across, going unnoticed most often, and it's the one that can potentially be the most damaging, and that's perpetuity. And perpetuity, it's usually going to be, it's in the usage rights. So when you make strike a deal with the brand, they're going to talk about how they can use the content that you're providing to them, and for how long and for what purpose. In that section of the agreement, you need to be very clear that the terms are what you want them to be and that they're clearly defined in terms of how long the brand can use your content, and that it's not what we call perpetuity. That means they cannot use it forever, that there is a specified time period in which they are going to be able to use your content for the purposes that you are agreeing to under the agreement, and then for what purpose they can use the content. So I actually saw a post recently from a very big influencer who said that early on in her career, she was approached by a brand to do a license for one of her videos. And for her, it was, maybe a 30-second video of her walking somewhere. And so they reached out to her, they liked the content, and they said, can we license this from you? Meaning, can we use this from you? And she said, yeah. And she handed over the content to them, and they ended up using it for something that didn't align with her personal brand, right? Something that she wouldn't have been normally promoting it, but because when she was negotiating that licensing agreement or that brand deal with the brand, she wasn't clear on what they were going to use it for, and she handed over the content, and there was nothing that she could do about it because she signed the agreement. So being clear, what's their purpose? How long do they want to use it? And then a huge one for me is also indemnity. So you must have a strong indemnity provision. And this is a provision that is going to let you out of a lawsuit from a third party. So, for example, if you're promoting a beauty brand and say it's body wash, and
Mm-hmm.
all you're doing is agreeing to provide the content of you using the body wash, and in the agreement, you give it over to them, they post it, whatever. But if indemnity isn't strong, and say somebody looks at your video and they buy the body wash and then they break out in a rash and they want to sue because they've been injured, they've been harmed by the product. If you don't have a strong indemnity provision in that agreement, they can sue the brand. Yes, of course, the brand created the product, but also you because you promoted it. And so indemnity says if that happens, if the bad thing happens and somebody is hurt or injured by the product, brand, you're going to indemnify me. You're going to let me get out of the lawsuit and you're going to take responsibility for it. Why? Because I don't know what you did when you manufactured this. I wasn't a part of the testing process, and I don't want to be on the hook for any impact or effects this product may have just because I'm agreeing to promote it.
Good. That's a good one, y'all. That's a real good one. Okay, another one that I've seen is I have done something on social media, it goes viral, and the news contacts me and they say, "Oh, I want to use this content, and we want to keep the content." And then they end up saying that you have no rights. They put all these legal terms in there. You have no rights to this content anymore. We can do whatever we want to. What do you do about that?
So I will say that's going to depend on the type of deal that you are striking in the beginning. And that's why it's important for you to understand the purpose, right? You know, what is their purpose in using the content, and how does that conflict, or how does that agree with what your purposes are for that piece of content? So be some content that I'm okay with giving full ownership over and assigning my copyright over to the brand or to the media outlet or to whomever it is. And in fact, in most UGC deals, this is where you are creating user generated content. They give you the concept, they give you the product, you're creating that, and then they own it, right? In most user generated content deals, you will be assigning ownership of the copyright over to the person that you're doing the deal with. And that means that you don't have any right to dictate what they're doing with it out after you turn it over, except for maybe the period of time in which they can use it, or and promote it for ads. So you need to understand what the goal. Do I want to retain ownership? As this is my piece of content, I'm going to be able to use it for my purposes. You can use it for the purposes in this agreement. What is that? What's your intention? You need to understand what your goals are. Where you intend to maintain ownership over the content, you need to make sure that you're giving only a limited license to the brand to be able to use it to promote it for this purpose. And in the intellectual property or the IP clause of the agreement, it needs to be clear that you're giving a limited license for that content to be used, that you are not assigning ownership of the copyright over to whomever it is you're working with. And so that's going to be the language that you're looking for. Are you assigning ownership over? And if you see that in an agreement where it's saying that this would be a full assignment of title and all rights related to this piece of content, understand that you will not be able to control what they do with it, because now they own it. But the general rule of law is this: that once you create it, the creator owns it. So even if it's UGC, even if whatever it is, if you created it, if you filmed it, you own it. And the only way you don't own it is if you sign over your rights to ownership in an agreement.
And so once I say, "Hey, TMZ, you can use this," I have to verbatim put in the contract that I'm in my mind, I'm processing this, making sure my subscribers understand what you're saying, because I want to make sure that nobody gets taken advantage of when they're doing their content, because we see a great deal, we jump on it. Oh, I'm going viral. I'm gonna be on the news, y'all. We tell our mamas and our daddies and our papas, and then we don't realize that we've signed over our rights because they now want to use it on their other social media network that doesn't align with us, or there are other platforms that don't align with us. So I want to make sure that y'all understand what the you own your intellectual property, and you have to be clear on who you're aligning and signing it over to.
But I will say that there are exceptions to when your intellectual property can be used without your permission. And there's the doctrine called fair use.
Okay.
And I'm not going to sort of get into it. That's a whole separate, we could do a whole session just on that. But so news, and that's sort of one of them where they can use your intellectual property for the purpose of providing commentary on it, right?
Okay.
So, there likely are a lot of scenarios, especially with public media, where it's used to educate, or it's used to provide some sort of commentary, that your content may be used, and you may not have the ability to protest or to fight the use if it's deemed fair use. But again, usually what I like to say is the underpinning of that is the brand that's using it. Are they using it for commercial purposes? Are they getting paid for it, Or are they using it for educational purposes, research, to provide commentary? Has it been substantially altered enough that now it's not original to you, that I've done enough to it with my commentary to make this, I'm using a small piece of your work, but I've added enough commentary to it that it is now not your original work anymore.
Okay. Um, I've seen where people are terrified to give out their ad codes, their for doing these brand deals. Um, what legal ramifications do you have? It's a twofold question. What legal ramifications do you have as a content creator if you've given out your ad code and they're doing other things with it? What rights do you have, or do you have any?
Yeah, so it gets dicey when you're talking about things like TikTok Shop, where the sellers are sort of supported and propped up by the platform itself, right? And so it's the allowances that the platform allows sometimes for things to be manipulated. I've heard stories of, certain sellers, um, changing, things on the back end so that you're not getting credit for, all of the sales that you're making, for that particular brand. And so and I said that to say that sometimes things are manipulated in a way that you need to be able to prove that what you think is happening is actually happening.
Okay.
And sometimes you are, when you're talking about dealing with brands that are coming through the platform, you're beholden to what the platform allows, because you're not the agreement is a platform agreement. You're not typically striking one-on-one agreements with the brands when you're coming through the platform. But when you're talking about working with brands off the platform, that's why it's going to be important to make sure that the terms of the agreement are very, very clear, right, in terms of what they can and cannot do with the content. And when you see that they are doing something that falls outside of what you agreed to, then that is essentially breach of contract. Not essentially, it is breach of contract. And then you have all of the breach of contract remedies that you would have in any other breach of contract situation that would happen outside of social media. The problem is we need to know and understand that, and then we need to be willing to do something about it. And that's why I exist, because I'm challenging that. I'm sending cease and desist letters every day, threatening lawsuits and then suing where necessary. But another thing you have to understand is that you can send cease and desist all day on content that you've created, but you've never protected with, say, a trademark or a copyright. But in order to sue in federal court, you actually have to have that work registered. So you cannot bring a lawsuit, on a federal copyright infringement claim or federal trademark infringement claim if the mark or if the creative work, it has not been registered with the U.S. Copyright Office or the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. So, part of what I do is to counsel people on, for example, if you had something to go viral, and I will say this: social media content is a little more difficult just
Mhm.
because of the nature of what it is. It's usually short, and by the nature of it, unoriginal, meaning that we're creating content that we're inspired by. So if
Okay.
I create a video about a chicken salad, right, I didn't make that up, but now I've done a video based off of that original viral video that has gone viral, and
Okay.
then somebody stole that. The question is, can I sue for that? Can I protect that, copyright that, and then protect that and sue if somebody infringes? And then the answer is, we'd have to assess it, but maybe not, because the work that you created while you are the original creator, it wasn't inspired out of original creativity. It was inspired based on somebody else's work. And so we have to really dig into it when we're talking about social media posts as to whether or not it is actually registrable, as a copyright. The length of it is, the longer a piece of content is, the more we're going to be able to demonstrate its originality. So there's a lot that goes into it, but the point is, you always need to be assessing, is this something that should be formally protected? Because I see a significant value in it, and I see the significant, risk of it being stolen, and reused. And so I want to protect it, and then I want to protect my ability to sue for it, because, especially with brands know, right? They really thrive on the fact that creators are usually not as sophisticated as they are, and don't understand and they don't have people like me. They think they don't have people like me that are going to know and represent their interests.
How many, can you tell us how many currently, how many content creators on this platform or another that you've seen that's been really taken advantage of because they didn't understand they are the brand?
I mean, too many to count. And not all that I'm working with directly, but just seeing, because I'm on that side of the platforms where I'm seeing creators, influencers that are talking openly about their experiences, because that's where I go to learn what creators and influencers are going through and working with brands. It's a daily thing where I'm seeing creators who are, and I'm talking about, creators, when you look at their following count, you're like, hey, you're in the millions, surely you know better. And the reality is they don't, because they're not seeing themselves as a business. And I'll give you this one example. I have I had a client, and she was a business, a local business, to South Florida, and a beauty brand.
Okay.
And she was looking to work with creators. And so she
Okay.
had found a few creators on social media that had really significant followings. And this particular influencer over all the platforms had millions of followers.
Okay.
And so I drafted her brand agreement,
Okay.
and we sent it to him, and he sent back his agreement. Now I did that backwards. We didn't send our agreement first. He sent his agreement first.
Okay.
And in his agreement, it was essentially a paragraph that was all just about what his rate was and what types of posts he was going to do for that rate.
Hmm.
Nothing in there about liability, nothing in there about pay terms in terms of how he was going to get paid, when he was going to get paid. And so, me working on both sides of the house. So in that instance, I'm representing the brand, but I'm looking at this influencer and I'm like, sir, like, so because, I'm fair. Of
Yes.
course, the agreement that we sent favored my client, but it had simple things in there that protected his interest, that didn't harm her. But it's like, let's use this agreement. And so it was just a real testament that even large, sophisticated creators can. If I was a unscrupulous person, I had every opportunity to take advantage of his weakness. It wasn't necessary to do to still meet my client's goals. And so, I don't work that way. But that's what's happening every day, is that when we don't see ourselves as a business, we're thinking about just what we're going to get paid, and that's what we're concerned about. I just want to make this money. These are my monthly goals. These are my annual goals for brand deals. And so as the deal comes across, I'm gonna close this deal out, because I need to secure the bag. I need to get to the money. Well, not all money is good money, and sometimes you're signing away your future for right now. And I never encourage creators to do that. In fact, I encourage creators, like, listen, let's look deeply, because this particular bag might not be worth what they're asking for in return.
So true. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so I want everybody to understand there are levels to this, and they're not just looking at the small picture. They're looking at the big picture. So if they start out right now understanding their value and worth on this platform, they'll take their business to the next level. So for me, I want to always make sure that we're educating, informing, and inspiring everybody on this platform. And so, how do you think that you have inspired people to think in a different way?
Yeah, well, one, I think my main purpose is to educate and equip. When we come on the app, we likely start out as consumers of content. And then through consuming content, we recognize that there's opportunities for us to participate as creators. And for a lot of us, as an opportunity, either to supplement our income or to replace our income, doing something that we actually really enjoy doing. But in all of that, what I try to remind people is, never forget the why of why you started. And as soon as you start to create from a sense of, out of a place of fear, out of a place of where you're just focused on the money. And listen, I'm all for it. I want to get to the money just like everybody else. That's why I'm a huge reason why I'm here. But at the end of the day, it's purpose driven. So I always try to encourage people to make sure you stay connected with who you are, what you. It's the ultimate questions: who am I, and what was I created to do? And if you continue to keep those two questions at the forefront of all that you do, the money becomes easy because money is attracted to purpose, right? And a lot of people get frustrated and they quit content creation. They quit trying to monetize because you put money first, and it's about, how do I make more money? How do I get to the money without saying, how does this fit in with my purpose? And if you see my content at all, my content is very much, and I preach these three content pillars in my agency and to my clients on both the law firm side and the creative agency side, that every successful content strategy has to have three things. One, you have to show people who you are for real, right? You have to make yourself as authentic as you can be. And I don't like the word authentic, even though I use it in my trust triangle formula, because that's the way people understand it. Who are you for real? And that requires some deep work to be connected to what you were created for, that ultimate question: who am I? The
Yes.
second thing is you have to allow people to see themselves in your content. Who are you based on what you see in me? And that's making your content relatable. So you shouldn't just be talking about your products or services. People who I on this app that I counsel and that I consult with on the creative agency side, who come on the app and all they want to do is talk about their business. It's real estate. I'm hitting you over the head with real estate. I'm teaching you real estate. I'm teaching you how to level up, but that's all I'm doing. You have slower growth and you might have some success, but you'll never have the depth of the success you can have when you only lean on mastery, which is the third pillar of my trust triangle. Is that mastery should really be about 20% of your content, no more. In that, in all of my other content, doesn't mean I'm not talking about what I'm a master at when I'm telling you who I am and who I'm showing you who you are through my content, but I'm doing that in a way that connects back to purpose and why I'm here. And then that allows me to be, people stay for what you've mastered when they connect with who you are and who they are in your content, is the easiest way I can put it. And so I see that sort of as the larger mission in helping people be connected with purpose.
Well, I just want to say thank you for taking out the time. I appreciate you. I don't want to, we have scheduled now a lot of time for, we have gone over our time.
Oh, sorry. I do talk too much. That's my opportunity.
We have got, and I'm very time conscious. I respect people's time. I want to make sure though, my subscribers that are on here with us now, I want to make sure if there's any questions, put them in the chat for me so we can get them answered, because the big thing is I have a ton of entrepreneurs on that are subscribers. I have a ton of um shop on TikTok shop owners, um people that actually own their own. I have my Carly Mono. She is a beauty brand herself, and she owns her product. And we want to make sure while she's getting influencers, and she has all of these different things, we want to make sure everybody is protecting their intellectual property. They're moving to the next level with their brands, and so that's why we have mothers. We have actual CMOs on here that follow me. I have C-suite level clientele. I have a variety of people on here. And so I want to make sure that we are all getting to the bag, not just one person getting to the bag. And so that's why I thought you would be a great person to just speak to my audience, because your content is not only valuable, it's inspiring, and it's informative. And I want everybody to understand and know y'all should be following this sister right here, the social media lawyer. Now, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat, because I want to make sure that we get your questions answered before she has to get out of here. What I see a little switch in some of your content, this 40 and over switch is kind of taking off. So that's another thing that I've noticed, that some of your content has, you've been very focused in transitioning, and some of us kind of get stuck in our ways and don't know how to transition, and you've transitioned very well with the 40 and over content, educating that 40 and over. What made you start shifting and navigating to that?
Yeah, I think you have to understand when there's waves and how to ride the waves. But in that, the wave that came through with, this influx of over 40 consumers, I saw a real opportunity, and I'm always going to spot opportunities. And what I saw was what is to be more focused on what I'm providing, right? Is that there is this untapped subgroup on the app of over 40 creators who are looking, who are business people, everyone that you just named in your community. A lot of those people are over 40, and they are completely going underserved with respect to content that's telling them how to monetize, telling them how to protect their businesses and their brands. And so when I saw it come through, I saw an opportunity to be able to speak directly to people who were really already primarily my client base. The app just really threw me a softball, by creating so much momentum around it. But when I looked at my analytics, and when I looked at, my um, my own business, those are primarily the people who I was servicing anyway. And so, you just have to understand how to then make those shifts and pivots to be able to speak directly to, your audience and to your target, and your niche. And
And
that's what I
so
did.
okay, good, good, good. And so the other thing is too, I know we're on TikTok, but I want to make sure people understand that they can diversify themselves.
You
And
better.
when they diversify themselves, be prepared to ensure that you have a solid agreement in place. What are some key things that people need to ensure that they have in place once they really start taking their content to the next level?
First of all, you should set a business around your content creation. You should not be executing brand deals, or doing any sort of monetization through your personal name for a lot of different reasons, but most of which is personal liability. When you even monetize on these platforms, and they'll ask you, are you monetizing as a business? Not that you have a business account, but that they're going to pay you. They're going to pay you personally, individually, or as a 1099, or they're going to pay your business as a 1099. That should be a clue into you that there's a thing there, right? That there's some advantages to you being able to be a content creator that is, encapsulated with the protections, limited liability protections of an LLC, tax protections, possibly of an S corp. But you really should be, engaging, as a creator through a business and not in your personal capacity. In your personal capacity, everything that you own personally is at risk if the bad thing happens. And it's a business.
So I need to be changing my name. Okay. Number
You don't have
one,
to
right?
change your social media name, but, on the back end, you should be contracting and monetized through an LLC.
Okay. So contracting through my LLC. Okay. That's good to know. See, that's why I brought her up here because we need to know. I have Monica asked what Monica, you asked a question and I had it up and it went quick. The chat is chatting. They're using their emotes like they're supposed to. Monica asked what platforms should sellers be also using to make sure they get themselves out there.
Was that the one that I think I saw the question is which platform favor sellers?
Yes.
So I'd say none. You have to understand that all of these platforms are really geared towards consumer, because they don't make money on what you're selling. They make money on what people are buying, right? And so there are platforms that make it easier to provide products and services to consumers. I think that TikTok is one, right? That really, is becoming more of an e-commerce platform, over Instagram, over Meta, over even YouTube, where, you really, it feels like Amazon in a lot of respects.
Yes.
So I think TikTok, in terms of making it easy for you to provide your products and services to consumers, is probably the number one platform. But in terms of what the terms and conditions are, they're always going to benefit the buyer, because they want people to feel safe buying on their platform, to feel like they're getting the best deals on their platform, so that they don't leave the platform and go to an Amazon. So you're not going to find a platform that per se, favors sellers, but there are platforms, and I think TikTok is the platform right now anyway, that is making it easiest for sellers to sell to consumers.
Okay. Natalie had a question. It was, should the LLC just be for content creation, or can I put it under my life coaching business?
Such a good question. So, an LLC, by its nature, is dedicated to a specific purpose in your articles of organization. That means when you file with your Secretary of State, you're saying this business is going to be doing these things. When you start to offer products or services that extend beyond what you that original purpose in those articles of organization, those things likely will fall outside of the protections of the limited liability company. Why? Because that's not what you said you were going to be doing with this business. So one or two things you can do. You can amend your articles of organization to now include these new products or services that you're providing, content creation, or you can start a new LLC. And I will say this, in making that decision, you want to think about how related are the things that you're doing under this business. The more unrelated they are, the more likely somebody's going to be able to poke holes in the limited liability protection and where it really makes sense just to start a new LLC. So for example, if I had, like with my creative business, it may make more sense for me to include my content creation in my LLC where I'm doing supporting creators, right? Because I can make, there's a nexus between my content creation and how I'm supporting my business as the content creator with how I'm supporting other people. It probably doesn't make sense for me to put my content creation under my law firm, right? Because the services are completely unrelated. Hope that helps.
Makes sense. Does anybody else have any questions? I have one last question, and I want to make sure everybody understands. One, there's not one way to secure the bag in social media. Social media is not a monolith. Social media is a billion-dollar business, and in 2027, it has numbers that are off the charts. And we need to be ready and prepared for it legally as a brand. And we are a brand when we're on this app. Have you seen anybody? Well, two things. I saw somebody really upset because remember the whole very demure phase? She didn't have herself trademarked, or she didn't have. Can
Mhm.
you elaborate so if some people don't know what happened or took place with that?
Yeah, so oh, and I can't remember the creator's name, but the
Jones.
demure, very
Joel. Jones.
Jewel,
Jules.
Jules,
Yep.
that's right. And people started to take that, and there was one particular brand that took that and started to produce um, merch and other content using the phrase that Jules had created. And so there was, a lot of attention to like, how do you do? They're stealing from you. Like you should be the one making the money from this. Um, and then Jules did go to file the trademarks and the copyrights to be able to be the owner, the rightful owner of what she already owned in common law. Remember, the creator is the owner. But I will say this: don't feel bad about yourself if you haven't done it, or if you even get caught in a situation like that, because you can. There's almost always curatives that you can do, and that's what Jules did. He went back and got a lawyer, secured the trademark, secured the copyrights where possible to be able to be the owner, and then sent, I'm sure, cease and desist to the folks who had infringed upon those ownership rights. So, but you, to your point, you do, when you see yourself as a business, you're thinking proactively. We don't want to find ourselves in situations where we're reacting to infringement. If we, on the front end, the reason why they infringe is because they think you don't know. They know, you don't know. A lot of times I hear people saying, it's not that big a deal. I'm just gonna, this creator stole this from me, or this brand stole this from me, but it's whatever. No, it's not whatever, because that is what perpetuates this idea that it can continue to happen because nobody is pushing back against it. And so, first thing is be proactive about it. If you are a brand, which you are, to your point, everyone on here is a brand. Secure it. See yourself as a business. Lock down your trademarks. Lock down your copyrights. And I will say this: I don't think you should think of everything as being something you should waste your time copywriting. Only those things that are at high risk for infringement and that you are high value for you in terms of commercializing it. Those things you want to copyright, but not every single post. That wouldn't make sense, right? But the things that are high value to what you're doing, you need to lock down early. And then where there is infringement, you need to fight back hard and fast.
Okay. So like Jules not only capitalized that viral moment, she did not have a huge following. And that's what I want people to understand. That viral moment catapulted her to secure that bag. And so we want to make sure that people understand that one video that you just randomly think is not going to take you anywhere might take you to really that next level to where you can run off with the bag. Because
Absolutely.
not only did she get brand deals, people contacted her outside of TikTok. She got an agent. Um, she did various things to catapult that to the next level. And so that's what I want people to understand. And that's why I really wanted you on here to get them to understand there are various ways to secure the bag, but when you get the bag, it needs to be very secure. It needs to be
Absolutely.
airtight. Um, Natalie also asked, should we be protecting ourselves when it comes to agencies or anything we should be looking out for?
So you saw my eyes.
I
Um,
love it. I love it because I'm having an issue right now with one.
I think that certain agencies are absolutely predatory in that, um, one, I think most of us who think we need agencies don't. Um, and they understand that you don't, but they still insert themselves because, hey, listen, it's a business. And they're taking, 20% of what you make in these brand deals that really you can get yourself. And that's why I, as part of my Creator Spot, launched the Do It Yourself brand deal course and guide, where I'm giving you the contract template. I'm giving you a video that's sort of walking you through the process of working with brands, so that you can feel confident, and the templates to make outreaches and pitch yourself, because a lot of this you can do it yourself. We just lack the confidence and the knowledge to know how. And these brands are stepping in to fill that gap. And the reality is, if you're going to give them, sign with them, then it's not their fault. But we need to understand, when we do need them and when we don't need them, at what stage. And then we need to understand what they are doing. And so a lot of times influencers are coming to me, or creators are coming to me, after they've already started negotiations with the brand deal. And my only job is to review the brand deal and to make sure that it's fair. They've already made up their mind that they want to work with the brand. So I'm looking at things like, what are the terms of the, like, how can you get out of this if you need to, if the brand is not properly pitching you and getting you the deals that they promised you. How can we get you out of that, so then you've not sold your ability to work with brands over to this brand? Can you also secure your own independent brand deals? These are things that you really need to know and understand. What are the pay terms are the biggest things with these agencies, because they are sometimes ambiguous or silent, and then you're not getting paid. And if you don't know, when they're agreeing to sort of pay you, then you're behind, especially for full-time content creators. So I just say, yes, you need to make sure that you're working with a brand that is straight up, that is being transparent, that's not being predatory. But the very first question is, do you really need to be working with the agency or not?
The other thing is you said something. I was like, bing, 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 bing. Sometimes we need to understand that all money is not good money. And some of these agencies are only looking out for themselves. That's one. Two, we also need to understand that they have a you need to pay attention into your contract about payment terms, because there are payment terms and they try to weigh them out until the very last day. Can you
Yes.
speak on that?
It happens all the time. And I think, in terms of the agency agreements that I review, that's probably the area where I see the most opportunity for creators to be taken advantage of. Is, again, either the pay terms give them too large of a window to be able to pay you. And you're right, they're going to try to wait to the very last of that. So trying to shorten that window and be very specific on when payment is due to you and how it's going to be made to you. But the other thing is also the terms that get them to diminish your pay, right? And being sure that we understand what those are, because there's sometimes terms that might not even be in the pay section that give them the right to offset what they owe you, right? Based on things they're doing for you that you probably don't need them to do, based on things that you may be doing that should have nothing to do with, did you deliver the product? Yes or no? That's what we care about. Did you deliver it within the time frame that it should have been delivered at the quality that you promised? And we want to make pay contingent upon that, and none of this other stuff that they try to put in so that they can keep more for themselves. So, these are the things that I'm seeing in these agreements that we have to fix.
Okay. The other thing is, if you pitch like UGC, you're out here pitching. What if your idea was then used? Because I saw this on a creator. She pitched an idea, and then the brand actually went and used it with someone else.
So you make a good point, but so here's my sort of thought on that is I'm pitching me and my ability, but I'm not pitching my idea until we got an agreement, right? So do you want to work with me? And we're talking about the terms of, you see my content in my media kit, you see what I can do, you see what I've done for other brands, but why would I start to tell you about how I'm going to, what the script is for a particular project when you have not hired me, unless we have a non-disclosure and confidentiality agreement in place. And so that's, I think, a rookie mistake that I see, is that, sometimes we are starting to talk about the specifics of a relationship that we don't have yet.
Okay, good, good. Now, if y'all have any other questions, it's 11 o'clock. It's time for our conversation. I want to say one, please let them know you have an event coming up. You have a workshop coming up. Is that right?
I do. So first, every week, Tuesdays at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, I have office hours. Now until the end of the year, office hours are completely free to you. And so I usually start with an educational, I start with an educational component that lasts about 15 minutes. And then after that, you can ask me anything related to that or unrelated to that. And I'll do my best to answer your questions during office hours. Coming this Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm also doing Ready Set Post. And this is just a very beginner's course to how do I turn on my camera. And this is something specific to a need I'm seeing in my over 40 audience, just to get started. So if you're a more experienced creator, this likely is not going to be for you. But if you know someone who is on as a consumer that wants to transition from consumer to creator, this course is likely going to be good for them, because I'm going to talk about what I've learned and what I'm teaching my creators in terms of how to effectively sort of post and get in the habit of posting videos on TikTok specifically.
All
And you
right.
can register using the link in my stand store.
All right. Good deal. Now, is there anything you'd like to close us out with?
Yeah, just I think, one, you all should be very grateful for this community that has been created here for you, bringing folks like myself and providing information like this with the goal of helping you be better and more effective at getting to your goals of monetizing. This information is invaluable. There are not a whole lot of people doing this in this way. So I'd say, continue to stay connected to this community, and committed to your growth, and committed to making sure that you are able to not only get to the bag, but like you said, to get to the bag and keep the bag, because you maintain in it. And thank you so much for the opportunity.
Well, we want to say one, you were phenomenal. We thank you so much. Hey, all my subscribers, y'all do what? Y'all know what to do. Shine some light on the social media lawyer. We want to say thank you so much. You are just as amazing in this sphere, on this line, as you are with your content. And I just want to say thank you, sister. I really appreciate you. I'm moving back to Houston next month. So I know that I am going to really start taking this to the next level. So I know I'll be reaching out to you soon. I want to say thank you. Hey, everybody, make sure you do what? Y'all shine some light on her. Y'all go check out
Post.
Ready Set Post. Y'all make sure you go check out Ready Set Post, because we want to do what? We want to make sure we learn all the things we can from the right people.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We want to say thank you. You have a blessed, wonderful day, and I say thank you very much. Have a good
Thank
day.
you. Bye, y'all.
All right, y'all. What you think? Did y'all enjoy that? Did I fulfill my promise like I said I would do? Did I do it? We did it. Come on, y'all. This is what this is all about. This is why you subscribe to me. This is why I want to make sure that we are sowing seeds into each other. This is what this community is all about. This is what the Rise Room is all about. That's why, good morning, Kim. This is why we want to make sure that you are always secure with you securing the bag. I need y'all to secure the bag, but I want you to make sure you're doing it in the right way. Next time, I got another guest. I'm trying to work it out for the first week in December. So that's going to be our next job. Yes. Have my cup of joy. I want to make sure. Now, did y'all have any other questions in the chat for me? Any other questions do y'all have for me? Because that's the next thing. That's our next thing. I'm gonna bring another guest on because I want to make sure every step of the way we are moving in purpose. Y'all have gifts. Every one of y'all have gifts, and I want to make sure that we are securing those gifts. We all have gifts. We want to use them to the best of our ability. We want to use them and secure them to the best of our ability because we can make some real money out here. Do y'all see that? I wish I would have. Yes, yes. Because when I tell you she was amazing, Kim, she was absolutely amazing. I love this. Thank you, Britt. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, creative. You are the trend. Yes, I am the trend. I told you I'm doing things differently. So just because one person does their room one way, another person does their a room another way, everybody is not the same. We are all different and we are able to do things differently if you set your mind to it. And mine is on I'm a different type of a person because I have been in the industry for a very long time and I never want us to get taken advantage of. My mother was a small business. My parents were small business owners. Not my mother. My parents were small business owners. And so that's very passionate to me. I never want us to be taken advantage of. And so I want y'all to look at this as a business. You can make some real money out here, but I need you to make sure you do it strategically in the proper way. Because when you take off, I don't want you to be scared about it. When you take off, you never know what's going to happen. And so that's why I brought her on. That's why I brought the social media lawyer on, because I knew that she was going to give y'all some very, very valuable and pivotal things that we need to think about. Remember, you're diversifying your stuff. When you're diversifying your things, make sure you save your content before you upload it. Save it, hit save before you upload it, because then it's your property without the tag being on it. Okay? You actually can, that belongs to you without the trademark of TikTok being on it. You are a brand. And so I need us to think about that. I am a brand. I miss what Britt said. What did Britt say? This was awesome. Thank you, Shanette. Thank you. That's all I want to do. I want to make sure that I'm pouring into y'all. That's what y'all pay me for. That's what y'all get. That's what y'all subscribe to me for. Y'all subscribe to me for a reason. Come on, if y'all have any questions, I'm letting people come up. If you have questions, dropping gems. That's what we're supposed to. We're supposed to always be providing value. I always want to provide value, and that's the goal. The goal on here is to educate, inspire, or what? Entertain. That's all TikTok is about. But guess what? If you went somewhere else other than TikTok, what are you going to do and how are you going to secure the bag in doing it? And so that's why we had the social media lawyer on here, because we want to make sure, regardless of what we're doing, we are securing ourselves to get the money. because the bag is out here to be gotten. Y'all have to remember, just because you're doing your 9 to 5, just because you're a stay-at-home mom, just because you're a retiree, does not mean you can't secure the bag. Just know that. It does not mean you can't secure the bag, because you can. All right? I need everybody to make sure you're on the Discord. Please make sure you're on the Discord. I'm going to try. I ain't saying I'm doing it for sure. I'm going to try to put some clips in there because I got a lot of stuff to get on. I have to get to sleep. Shanette, thank you. You stayed on here. I'm surprised you made it this far, sis. Shanette works at night, y'all, and she made it up. Did y'all have any other questions for me? Because I had something else for you. Hold on. I did promise you something. So for TikTok, remember I told you I went to TikTok. I was invited to TikTok. I screen recorded. Do you think I can post it in the Discord? Oh, you screen recorded everything, sis? You can post it in the Discord, yes, because if Kim I know a couple of people came in late, because I'm going to take some clips and use it. So you remember, intellectual property. I'm going to take some clips because I got permission. In writing, I got permission to repurpose my content, because remember, it's my content. It's my content. So remember, I made sure that I did what? I got permission in writing that I can repurpose the content. I made sure that I could repurpose the content. Because remember, I've been in this business for a while, so I know I can't just repurpose some content and it doesn't belong to me. That's a lawyer I'm messing with. You think I want to get sued? Come on now. I know better. So I'm going to repurpose the content, but I'm going to do it in clips. And I'm putting it over on somewhere else. And y'all know what we're talking about because we talked about it. Okay? All right. So we're going to talk about this. All right? Structure template. This is what I'm talking about. This is the paper. Okay, if y'all want to screenshot this, you're going to hold down, if you're an iPhone, I don't know about Android. They talked about Android earlier. You're going to hold your finger down, and this is going to go away. That's going to go, the messages are going to go away, and then you can screenshot this and you'll be able to have it. So here you go. All right. So what this is what TikTok said. They had an entire focus group. So with me going into TikTok verse on Thursday, we had several things. Can you put it in the Discord? Yes, I'll put it in the Discord. Yes. But I know some people might want to talk about it right now. So that's the only reason I put it up right now. So that's why I wanted to make sure that you all had it. If y'all want to talk about it, if you have your lives about to start right now. Good morning, honey. So remember, in the Discord, I'm going to put clips of the conversation. I'm going to spread it out into other places. And then I'm going to also make sure that we have this in the Discord. So yes, I will put this in the Discord. Yes, Garnetta, I'll put this in the Discord. Everybody that was gifting me during the interview, the reason I wasn't saying anything is because I want to use clips of this. And so I want to diversify my content. And I want to make sure that I want to make sure I'm diversifying my content. Remember, I want to take this serious. And what do we just learn? If we want to take this serious, we got to do it in a serious manner. We got to pay attention to the way we're doing things. And I want to make sure that I'm getting other deals outside of just TikTok. I want to get deals outside of just TikTok. That's how I was invited to TikTok early. I didn't have, like I reiterated, I didn't have 784,000 followers that the person that was sitting next to me. I didn't have 108 I think she had like 160 something thousand followers. I didn't have that. On my other page, I only have 4,500 followers, but my engagement is crazy off the roof. And so that's why I'm invited to different stuff, because my engagement is so crazy. So that's the way, that's your mindset y'all have to get in and remember. On this app, they don't care about followers. They care about your engagement. How much are you engaging with your followers and how much you're engaging with other people's content? So that's what you have to remember. This here is the structured template for your lives to be successful. They created they created an entire template. We had a whole mock-up, y'all, that I ended up doing. I was the first one. I stepped out of my comfort zone and I volunteered to do it. I'm gonna put it in the chat so y'all can get a laugh out of it. It was funny. It was real funny. But this just talks about promote. Within 3 to 5 minutes, promote. 3 to 5 minutes, promote. For your live. If you're doing a shop, you're doing your TikTok shop, 3 to 5 minutes. They say, come on the camera. Don't be waiting to talk about it. Don't be waiting to see if somebody comes in the room. Do not do that, because y'all forget, they're looky-loos. One person said that she sits out, she never comes into the live. She always looks out on the outside and she's just looking. So it would be 0 people in the room, but she's on the outside and she's clicking that shop link. So y'all have to remember, start talking about the product as soon as you go live. They say 3 to 5 minutes, just talk about that product. Don't talk about anything else but the product. Promote some more of your products. Save some of the biggest deals till the end. So it's enticement. Hey, this is 24 hours. Hey, this is only while I'm live. So this is what this is about. It was all about TikTok Shop. It was all about TikTok Shop, how to structure it. Because guess what? You know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen. Y'all are all being invited into TikTok Shop. Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at the back. The first opening, 2 minutes, greeting everybody. Make sure you greet everybody. Introduce the live theme. Give it a live theme. They showed us also how to categorize. They want you to categorize things. They want you to categorize things. I want to shout out Creative for going live last night. Oh, how sweet. How sweet. Come on, let's pin this. How sweet. Yes, come on, Creative. Oh, Creative is back on the horse, y'all. Come on now, Creative. All right now, Creative, you back on the horse. Come on, sis. Come on now, sis. They said the next thing is warm up. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you. Y'all shine some light on. Come on. Y'all shine some light on Creative. Let's go. Y'all shine some light on Creative. Show her how. She said, what I do. You got to read the pen. You got to read the pen, Creative. I pinned it. Natalie said she wanted to shout you out for going live last night. Remember, you've been in a funk and you hadn't been going live or doing your videos, but you finally did it. And she said, what? I want to shout you out. And we show love in this community. And she said, what? She want to show some love. And we want to love on you too. Creative. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Sis, you are amazing. And that's all she's saying. You are amazing and we supposed to love on you. That's all we saying. We supposed to love on you. That's it. That's all. All right. Next thing. Okay. So the opening. So here we are. Look, this is where we are. The opening, warm up. So briefly introduce the live products. Briefly introduce the live products. Highlight the timing of lucky draws, the flash sales, and any other promotions. Invite viewers to interact by like and comment. So they're telling you to briefly do these things. And then you talk about a flash sale. You talk about the flash sale. Then you promote, promote, promote. You promote, promote, promote. Somebody asked to come up. Okay. Now, did y'all have any questions? Did y'all have any questions? Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? If you have any questions, let me know. If somebody needs to come up and ask a question, let me know. Lucky draw. Make sure you have a lucky draw. Make sure you promote, promote, promote. Again, make sure there's an encore. Oh, Creative said, yes, I do. Okay, hold on, Creative. Let's bring you up, babe. Do a request for me. Do a request for me, sis. Do a request for me, sis. There she is. There's Creative. Hi, sis. How are you doing?
Wait a minute.
Look, y'all. Look what Creative did. Oh, I love you. Isn't that cute? I can't wait to get it. Isn't that cute? Look. Oh. That is so. Oh, Creative, you are so sweet, sis. How cute is that, y'all? Look. Now that's gonna be my. You know that's gonna be my work shirt, right?
Yep,
You know that's gonna be my work shirt, right?
I know it. I know it. But that's all I wanted. That's all I wanted.
Look.
That's
Hey,
it.
come on, y'all. If y'all need any print needs, that's what Miss Creative does. That's what Miss Creative does. Come on. Oh my God, I love it. Thank you so much. That is so sweet.
You deserve it. You deserve it. You
It is
deserve it. You deserve it.
gorgeous. Oh my goodness. That is gorgeous. Y'all give Miss Creative some love. That
All you
creative
did was tell me
mind.
your colors. You told me the colors, and I gave you your
Come on,
colors.
y'all. Give Miss Creative some love, y'all. Give Miss Creative some love. Give Miss Creative some love. Y'all give
Thank you,
Miss
guys.
Creative some love. She did not have to do that. I thank you so much. I thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
And I
That
have one more question.
go
What
for
is
it.
your favorite color?
My favorite color is actually green.
Okay. Well, look, Natalie said yellow last night.
Oh
Oh,
no, I
and
just
she's going to help me with the Discord. We're going to face chat. We're going
okay.
to connect. So,
Yay! Come on, y'all! Miss Creative is gonna do the Discord. Come on now. Miss
Natalie
Creative is
says
gonna do the
she's going to
Discord,
hold my
y'all. Don't
hand.
know how big this is. Y'all don't know
Thanks to
how big this
Natalie.
is.
Thanks to Natalie. That's who. If it wasn't for her,
Come
she's like,
on.
I'm going to help you. We will FaceTime. I will walk
Come
you
on,
through it.
Natalie.
Yes,
You know I love you, sis. You know I
I,
love you, sis. You know I love you, sis. Thank you
I
so much.
appreciate
Thank
that.
you, thank you, thank
But
you.
yes, that's
Oh
all I
my
wanted.
goodness. Thank you so
You can
much.
drop me down.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Hold on, I missed something. I'm new. What is the Discord? Hi. Hello, hello, hello. You just joined too, Nina, didn't you? So Nina, back out and then come back in and you'll see all your things that is available to you. You'll be able to get into the Discord, and the Discord is an app where it's like a whole community. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, appreciate you joining. Welcome to the family. Y'all welcome Nina to the family. Y'all welcome Nina to the family. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the family. We appreciate you for joining the family. Thank you so much for joining the family. Y'all, I am burning up. These lights are getting me. So when you roll out and come back in, you'll see all the things that are available to you. You'll see like everybody's using their emotes. You'll see that available to you. See all those little stickers and stuff. Those are things that I designed and I created for my subscribers. So we got 65 subscribers, y'all. Come on now. Come on. I see the next level for us. We are going to the next level. Do you hear me? My eyes are just watering. My eyes are just watering, y'all, like crazy. Anyway, and I think this hair is making my eyes itch. Anyway. So guess what? We're going to make sure that does anybody else have questions? Anybody else have questions? Anybody else need to come up here? If you do an invite. Do an invite. Do a request. Miss Creative, are you saying you need to come back up? Is that what you're saying? Monica, did you get all the information you needed? Everybody, the next thing is I want our remember we're typically at the first weekend of the month. Remember, the only reason I did 2 with the this time with the guest because I owed y'all one. So the next sub only live, I'm gonna have another special guest. You are welcome. You're welcome. We are out here to help each other. I want everybody to win. I want everybody to win. We all got to get the bag, y'all. We all got to get the bag. Hey, Heather. Hey, girl. I have a question. Okay, come on, LaShonda. Come on up, babe. Come on up, sis. Good morning. Hey, Heather, we're going to put the interview in the Discord so you can see it. I know you're just coming in. If you didn't get to see it, we're going to put it in the Discord. I'm going to chop it up because I got approval. So you're so lost. We had a special guest today, Heather. We had a special guest for subscribers only. It was the social media lawyer. It was the social media lawyer. And so it was for my subscribers only. So we did a full almost hour interview with her, and she gave us some tools. She equipped us with some things, information and knowledge we need to do to get to that next level. Because if we're on this platform, we are a brand, and she was giving us a wealth of information how to take our business to the next level. Hi, LaShonda.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, darling. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Yes, ma'am. Go for it.
I haven't been on live in a long time, so I'm kind of nervous.
Don't be nervous, girl. You got
Something
this.
happened to me on a live, and I haven't went live since.
What happened?
Well, TT, they didn't give me my gifts.
What?
Like in action, like live in action. I had so many people giving me gifts, and then like when I looked at it, it said 0. And so I did a whole video about it, and I haven't gone live since because I felt like my community, they were giving me gifts, and it was in vain because TikTok didn't give me my gifts. Like I didn't receive them at all.
And so, did you do an appeal?
I did do an appeal, and they told me to give it some time, but they never gave me my gifts.
And so, did you go back in?
I look back to check. They're still not there. I haven't received them.
Heather is saying same. She never got her money. And did y'all ever contact that person? Did you keep following up? Because y'all have to remember, it's actually a smaller team than I thought. When I got to go up there on Thursday, it's not a huge team.
Yeah. So that discouraged me because I was going live pretty often. And then I was just like, you know what? It's not even worth it. I don't want, my community to give me gifts or whatever, just for it to be in vain. And that's not why I was going live. Like, I enjoyed going it. And it actually helped me build my confidence to do it more because, I told myself over and over again, oh, I'm shy, or oh, I'm scared and I can't do it. But the more I did it, the more I got comfortable. And so I know that it was just the enemy to throw me off track. At some point, I will get back into it. But I wanted to come up today because so I post inspirational content. That's my purpose. God has, created me to inspire, to motivate, and to uplift women. And that's something that I have strayed away from for a long time. I've tried to do it, and every time I tried, it's like I failed or I just didn't have the confidence in myself. So a couple days ago, I just did an engagement post about like what's your gifts, what's your talents, what's your skill set that you're not utilizing right now. And so I had posted these celebration glasses. I don't know if you saw it, but I posted these celebration glasses, and in the comment section, even as of today, people are wanting me to sell them.
Okay. What's the problem?
Oh my goodness. So it's just like, okay, I need to pray about it. Back then when I wanted to do it, like I said, it all goes back to confidence for me, and I just didn't have the confidence. I didn't know how to package it up to sell it. I just didn't know how to do all those things. And now my audience is asking for me to sell them when I was just wanting to do an engagement post. So I'm just like, well, how do I even mix this up with my inspirational post? So that's my question.
Because God is telling you what you need to do and you're pushing back. Guess what? You said I didn't want to do live hosts, but guess what he said? Okay, you don't want to do that. Well, I'm gonna get you to do this.
Yeah.
He's giving you what you need. You're just pushing away from it.
Back in like 2019, when I originally wanted to do the glasses, I was praying and I was asking God because I needed more income. And I was like, forever, I've been asking God, what's my gifts? What's my talents? And we think it's supposed to be something so grand and so spectacular when it's already there. And he told me clearly, girl, if you don't use the gifts and talents I done already gave you.
Hello.
So it's just funny to me that now these celebration glasses has come back. I'm not saying come back to haunt me, but they've come back to the forefront. And I'm like, okay, I need to make some extra money, God. Okay, are you telling me, or are you saying this is my jam?
He doesn't need to knock you over the head, sis. Stop it. You're trying to make him knock you over the head. I'm going to tell you what I watched on Tabitha Brown. She was doing an interview, and it's on YouTube. You know what she said? She said that she had a message. Somebody did the exact same thing. How she started was not like everybody thinks because of that Whole Foods thing, off of eating the sandwich. That's not how she started. She got started with t-shirts. She actually got started making $100,000+ off of selling t-shirts in one day off of a saying because everybody was in her comments asking for t-shirts.
Yes. Oh, this just made me teary-eyed.
Because they were in her comments asking for t-shirts.
Okay, I hear you, Coach. I hear you. I hear you.
So what is God saying to you?
I need to make those glasses.
He's knocking. He's knocking.
He definitely is knocking. He was like, all right, I'm going to try this one more time with you. How bad do you really want this? You've been praying. You've been getting up every day, writing these prayer letters to me. All right, now I'm answering your prayer. So now what are you going to do with it? Are you going to be scared? Are you going to pull back? Or are you going to go full throttle? I'm with you.
Come on.
Okay.
Look, so Lisa said in the comments, so when can we get those glasses?
Wow. So
hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. We're going to motivate her. She's going to be in that. We're going to be on the Discord. And what are we going to be doing? We need a deadline. Heather don't play. I need a deadline. Heather is your accountability partner. Okay, I need a deadline. Give us a deadline. Look, Heather already dropping it. It's just the first step. What's the first step? Come on. And don't get yourself overwhelmed. Don't try to do so much.
Okay.
Doing it small, take small, write it down, list it out, and take small steps.
Okay.
Take small steps.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Check off your milestones and celebrate those milestones.
Okay.
But
Gotcha.
get it done.
Okay, I will, Coach.
All right?
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and
You
I
are
appreciate
very
everyone. Thank you so much.
you are very welcome. Hey, everybody in the Discord, I need everybody to make sure that you are putting when you're going live in the Discord. It says live now. When you're about to go live, share that in the Discord, please. That way other people will show up. That's how Natalie ended up sitting with Creative and joining her. I'm sorry. I be up at 3 in the morning, so I'm not going to make y'all's lives at night. I'm sorry. I be sleep. I end up waking up at the crack of dust 30. So y'all come on. Other sisters are gonna come in there and cheer on you and love on you. This is just your practice. This is just your practice. What did I tell y'all? My purpose is to be on a TED Talk. I manifested it. I manifested this, and then I'm saying it out loud because I'm going to do it. But what did I need to do first? I needed to come on here and face my fears. I needed to come on here and face my fears. And because my self-doubt kept telling me, oh, I can't do this. I can't be sitting. Now, I work with C-suite level clients, but I don't think that I can teach C-suite level clients anything. God said you have a bigger purpose and everybody needs you. And what did I do? I got myself on here and I listened. And I got on here. I changed my mindset. I conquered my fear. And that's why you get me. Come on, y'all. It's somebody out there just like me in y'all. Come on, y'all. Let's go. You have a wonderful day too, Monica. Come on, y'all. Let's go. I wouldn't even be online. Just think about that. Y'all would have never met me. Because I was terrified to come online. Terrified. Terrified. Just know that. So I am a living witness to tell you, you can do this. Okay? Come on, y'all. Heather say he rubs it in my face. Shanette, you want to come up here? Come on, sis. So that's why I need y'all to understand and know. Y'all can do this. Not all things. What if live host ain't your thing? Guess what? You could be doing UGC. You could be a micro. If you don't have the audience, you could be a micro influencer. You can make some real money doing this. You could make some real. Y'all need to secure the bag. Y'all got me crying. Oh, we love you. Because your personality shines and you need to give it to them. You need to show it to them. That's why. Come on. Real money through just content. My links are hit and stop doing live. My links, yeah, see? Your links, Heather stopped doing live and she's still making her money. She's still making money from her stand store. And that's what I'm telling y'all. Set yourselves up. If you need a stand store, go to my link in my bio. If you need some motivation, I got motivational books. I got motivational books in my stand store. Your content is going to drive your traffic. Come on, Heather, tell them again. Your content is going to drive your traffic. Come on, Angela said, God will give you what you need It's just you need to move upon it. Yes, he gives it to us, and because we're so set in our ways, we're so everything needs to fit in this perfect box, we don't want to do it the way that he's sending it to us. And guess what I did? Guess what I did? I said, I'm going to do it my way. I'm not letting anybody put me in a box. I used to do that. I used to be shackled to this box. I'm not fitting in a box. I am a trendsetter. That's what I am. I enjoy motivating people. I enjoy motivating people. I actually got nominated for one of the top mentors with NYU in the city because I enjoy mentoring and motivating people. I enjoy that. I enjoy that because guess what? That means that I'm fulfilling my purpose. I am fulfilling my purpose. Y'all have to get out of your heads. Y'all have to get out of your heads. All this self-doubt needs to shake. Y'all need to shake it off. Shimmy it off. Y'all got this. Just like y'all lead your companies, just like you lead your households, y'all can lead this. Y'all can lead this content creation because there's somebody for everybody. I kept thinking that no, I wouldn't have anybody come to my lives. I would never have thought that I had 65 people that would invest in me. Never in a million years. Guess what, Heather? In the Discord, I have, well, you can be accountability. You can have an accountability partner. We got to team up, y'all. Come on. Come on. Heather. LaShonda says she's going to be your accountability partner. Come on. Y'all get in the Discord and connect. Yes, Heather. Yes, you got to download it. I promise you I made it as simplistic as possible. It's extremely organized, and we need to make sure we stay connected. We got to stay connected, y'all. If you want to take your things to the next level, click my Stand store. It's okay. It's okay. You got to invest in yourself. Just like you invested in me, you got to invest in yourself. And y'all can do this. Y'all got this. I'm so overwhelmed with all these apps working in tech. I'm exhausted, but I'll do it. I know. You don't have to tell me, Heather. I know. Because baby, I'm anal Annie. Look at all these apps. I'm OCD organized. Look at all these apps. So you think I don't know? I understand, sis. Because I'm a person that hates paper. So when they were handing out this paper at TikTok, I was like, don't hand me that. Y'all don't have this where I can look at it on my computer. I don't want all that stuff. I don't want that paper. I hate all that paper. But all right, y'all. It's 11:45. We were not supposed to go this long. I am so glad the social media lawyer came up and blessed us with her presence. I'm so glad we had a ball today. If y'all found some value in it, make sure y'all do what? Y'all love on the video. Y'all make sure y'all let her know that y'all enjoyed her. Y'all put some sunshines in a video so she knows she came from us. Y'all make sure y'all do what? Y'all get on that Discord. Y'all let each other know when y'all are going live. We want to make sure that we love on each other. We want to make sure that we're all winning. We want to make sure that we're all thriving and we're all what? Securing the bag. All right? Today was secure the bag. It was all about money. It was all about us moving to the next level. All right? Y'all have a great day. Yes, Heather. Thank you. Thank you. Everybody, thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I actually might go live later today, just some buffoonery, but talk some sports talk later on my page. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good day. Thank you. Bye.